If you are female and you're on a mission to lose body fat, it's really important that you understand your menstrual cycle and how this can impact fat loss. It won't do it directly, but it does have an impact on fat loss. And in this video, I want to explain 2 things that you need to avoid doing before your period if you are trying to lose body fat. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. This video, we are talking about your menstrual cycle, and I want to explain 2 things that you need to be careful not to do before your period so that you can be successful with your fat loss attempts. Your menstrual cycle won't stop you from losing fat, obviously, because then no female would be able to lose fat, right? But it does have an indirect impact, and it is really important that you are aware of this so you can kind of work around it. So I'm not going to get into details in this video about the hormones and the levels and all of that. I do have a much more in-depth article on my website, which I will link below. But in short, your menstrual cycle has 2 main phases. Some people would say 3 if you include ovulation, but basically you have the follicular phase, which is the first part of your cycle, and then you have the luteal phase, which is the second half of your cycle, which occurs after ovulation. Now, when it comes to fat loss and understanding your body, it is really important to know which phase of the cycle you are in, especially when it comes to assessing your progress. Your follicular phase body is a different body to your luteal phase body due to changes in your hormones. So that brings me to the first thing that you need to avoid doing, and that is comparing your luteal phase body to your follicular phase body, especially when it comes to taking your measurements, assessing your body weight, and even assessing your photos, because you are going to be heavier in your luteal phase compared to your follicular phase, and you are going to be holding on to more water. Now, this is very individual in terms of how much water you hold on to and how much heavier you get due to that water retention and how bloated you get as well, but it is normal and you can't really do anything to change it. Don't go taking your measurements when you're bloated or when you're feeling watery, or if you're in your luteal phase just before your period, and then comparing them to your follicular phase, because you're very likely to be disappointed. And that is when you're going to kind of give up too soon or fall off track because you think things are not working. If you know your period is approaching, then wait until it is over. Wait until the bloating goes down and assess your progress then. Now, what also happens in the lead up to your period is you are more likely to experience changes in your mood. You are more likely to feel more down about yourself, more self-conscious, and more fluffy. So just be aware of that. If you are sticking to the plan, but you're feeling bloated, you're feeling more fluffy, and you're really unsure about yourself, it's in your head. Now, the second thing you need to avoid doing in the lead up to your period is restricting yourself. In the lead up to your period, you are more likely to get cravings, your energy expenditure actually increases, and again, due to changes in your hormones and your insulin sensitivity, you are likely to get hungrier, you are likely to crave carbs, and restricting yourself during this time is only going to make it worse. And again, that is when you are more likely to fall off the plan, completely binge, and actually put yourself backwards. Whereas if you were to just have a small portion of whatever you're craving, even if it puts you slightly over your calorie intake for the day, that is much better than completely going off track. Because your energy expenditure actually increases in the lead up to your period, you actually can add 100 to 150 calories onto your calorie intake, hit that number, and still stay on track towards your fat loss goals. So give yourself that extra flexibility if you need it, because that is actually going to help you keep moving forward and stay on track. It's not going to set you backwards. The last thing I want to say is, if you are not tracking your menstrual cycle and you are working towards a fitness goal, then you should be tracking it. I like to use the app called Flow, it's FLO, but there's a bunch of apps you can use, and as long as you're tracking it, doesn't really matter which one you choose. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions you would like to see answered in a video, please feel free to email me. And if you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. If that is the case, I will see you in the next video.